Welcome to the Sovereign Futures podcast. I am your host, Yvonne de la Flor. The Sovereign Futures podcast is a sharing space of transformational interviews, sacred teachings, power imagery processes, innovative futuring tools, and topics that can help you design and sculpt your desired futures into your now. Some of our podcasts will be translated into Spanish to bridge cultures where we share the journey of consciousness together. Welcome to the Sovereign Futures podcast. My name is Yvonne de la Flor, your host of this podcast that is focusing in delivering messages of great leaders, great teachers, great human beings that are living through extremely powerful core values, ethics, in just conscious living that can help you create a sovereign future in your life, in the now, in all areas of your living experience. And today I'm super excited because I have a beautiful, and when I say beautiful, it's beautiful inside, outside, everything she does, how she speaks, how she thinks, guest. But before that, I want to share with you that we have opened, for those of you who like sacred geometry. Sacred geometry, it's something that has been with me since very young in my spiritual practice, in the things that I have studied about universal laws, about quantum physics. We have a class that is a self-study class that the School of the Codes of A, school I created, which is Codes of Absolute Harmony, is sacred geometry forms, and now open its first self-study class called the Futuring Codes of A, in which I had, for my first master class that we're delivering in self-study format for anyone that would like to take it, I invited teachers, Grace Terry, a master in frequency and sound, a soul singer, and she invited Pablo Arellano, an extraordinary healer and musician, to be part of this first self-study class of the Code of Futuring, because they are delivering and created incredible music that goes alongside every single sacred geometry form. The class is a 4-week class. You can self-study it. And so if you are interested in this, you can send us an email to support@delaflorteachings.com and we'll send you the link. So that's available now. And that's my announcement right now. You can see me, in live videos on my Facebook page at Yvonne de la Flor, and I'm consistently delivering value on Instagram. We have a couple of Instagrams. You can find me as Yvonne de la Flor, or you can find us at Sovereign Futures too. And that's all my announcement of the day. And today, now I go to my guest and I'll leave the microphone to her and we'll have a glowversation. Listen. We're not going to have a conversation. We're going to have a glowversation, because she is an author of the book, which is extraordinary, everyone. It's called Eat Clean and Live Free. You can find it in Amazon. And Pilates For Beginners. She's an owner, master trainer, and founder of Glow Body, the Glow Method, the Glow Process, the Pilates Centre, founder of Flow Pilates Centre, host of the gina'slifestyleofwellness podcast, personal health and mindset coach. She's an extraordinary mother, and she dedicates each day to nutrition, fitness, clean eating, and glow living. She was the NYC girl, I love that of her bio, who danced through childhood, ballet, tap, jazz. And she calls herself a product of the Woodstock era, who thanks her parents for family yoga time, her limber body. She's really hot, by the way, everyone, and strong core. She's a woman who has spent the past 30 plus years studying, training, and teaching many fitness genres. But it wasn't until profound personal tragedy struck with the loss of her beautiful baby girl that she discovered the healing, transformational power, not only of clean eating, but of glow living, which encompasses mind, body, and spirit healing and glow. Sharing this life-affirming message with others through her coaching, focus groups, and her first book, Eat Clean, Live Free, is her greatest joy and mission. And so she has been experiencing the greatest loss, the loss of a child, of a daughter. And I have had the privilege to know Gina for a while, and she truly lives what she talks. She's the embodiment of this glow of honoring life. And nowadays, after living a pandemic, after virus, after fear-demic, I can't emphasize enough how powerful the glow method is and what Gina delivers, not only for the body, the mind, but also for the spirit. So Gina Santangelo is our guest today. Welcome, beloved Gina. And I have the microphone with you. Let's talk about you, love. Let's talk about, wow, I don't know where to start with you because you really are the embodiment of glow. And why don't we start a little bit about what this, since we spoke about the tragedy that you lived, how you, Gina, first, welcome and thank you for being here. How you turned tragedy into glow.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so honored, really. Wow. So I think I listened to everything that I have accomplished, and I feel like, sometimes you don't realize how much you've done, and then you feel there's it's the tip of the iceberg of what you can achieve in life.
Exactly.
So I think that, how did I become, where did I go with the profound tragedy and how I was able to keep going? I think it was hard for me when Saria, my daughter, passed, mainly because I grew up, as you can hear from my biography, that I lived in a way, a charmed life. I didn't have a whole lot that I needed to deal with, I guess, like we all have little things, and maybe there's a little bullying going on and all, but it was like really interesting because when Saria passed, I kind of sat there and I was like deer in headlights, and my toolbox was empty. And it was my husband, actually, who comes with a big toolbox. and Darius, who was my surviving child. And my husband looking at me and saying, Gene, because I was, I just looked at him and I said, how the heck did that just, what? Like, what just happened? How did this all just happen? And my husband says, Gina, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, Darius lost his sister and we need to be there for him. And that was my aha moment. And that's when I realized, wow, I have to be the best mother I can be for this child. And she was my awakening, and he was my lifeline.
Wow. That's so powerful. You know why? Every time it brings me to tears, but it brings me to tears of joy too, that in a way you gave life to your daughter through the love you have now for being a mother, honoring her and honoring the child that is still alive, your son. And I think this for people that are listening to this, and after so many, like almost all of the whole world together went into pandemic mode and into trauma mode, into trauma healing mode. You are right now living, walking medicine of evidence to telling people you can move forward and you can glow. So just the start of this podcast is really, a blessing. So you are an incredible mother. You know that my son is a fan of your son. And I love that. So you made a decision to live life, to honor life, to be the best mother you can be. So how does this journey of glow, because your glow process, I was telling Gina before we started recording this podcast that because she's so knowledgeable it's her holistic approach. People may think that she does a lot, but she doesn't. She really serves the human being as a whole. So she will tell you the best nutrition facts of products. She will tell you the best exercise for your body. And teach you. She will guide you into the best mindset for you to live a glowing life. Who wants to live in doom? We don't come here to live in doom. We come here to live in glow. And I love that. But, and we were talking and I was telling her, she shared a post on some of the not very good things that are in not very pure organic olive oils. And all my olive oils had that kind of bad stuff for your body, and I had no clue I was taking it. So tell us, Gina, after tragedy and you making a choice of live your life in joy, in glow, how does this glow process is birthed, and how, tell us a little bit about it.
Okay. So it's interesting. It wasn't something, it's funny how things evolve, right? Because you don't actually, it wasn't like I'm going to manifest this. It just, again, I just kind of went with the flow of the ease and the light, kind of like the path of least resistance, right? So I stayed home. I took care of Darius, and my hermit life that I became, I put my time into writing a book. And within that time, the book, Eat Clean, Live Free, became something that came out from this tragedy to help others. And so I created the book, and then I decided that I was going to create a lifestyle theme to my work. Because I was teaching Pilates, and of course, detoxification has been a part of my lifestyle since 1990 for myself, teaching others in the studio, working with women. And then it just became, one day I said, glow. My studio was Flow, right? Flow Pilates. And then I said, well, I'm going to make it glow. And so it went from flowing to glowing. And that's how it began. And I think that for me, it's just been honoring my truth and helping other women find that same common thread in their life to really see the glass half full and understanding that these things happen and we can't really control it. There's a saying, right? Man plans and God laughs. So, we just kind of go with it.
Yeah, I love this, Gina, because, I love, you went from tragedy to making a decision. This is what I have noticed in my life is that I think most of us all go through personal tragedies or collective tragedies, but the people that are able to take tragedy into a masterpiece that serves others usually are the ones that do what you did, make a decision. Make a decision where they want to go, how they want to glow. Every time I think of you, I just think of glow, which is good for me because then I have glowing thoughts. Yeah. But you made a decision. And I want people to understand is that the tragedy, she grieved it and etc. But she made a decision that turned into a book, which we'll talk about it in a moment because I love it. Mm-hmm. She made a decision to teach others to take care of themselves. She made a decision to continue her Pilates work, her detox, and helping women achieve this. And she elevated from tragedy, from flow to glow. And I want you to know that glow not only is an incredible, powerful word to have as a focus of where can I glow more in my life? Where can I glow more in my habits? Where can I glow more in my fitness, in my thinking, in how I eat, how I approach life? But glow also has the name of Gina in it. Tell people what glow means.
It means Gina's lifestyle of wellness.
Gina's lifestyle of wellness. Tell me that's not a mission that was there all along. That through tragedy, there's a mission that found Gina, and Gina said yes to it. Gina made the decision, and I hope this is a model for many women out there that have gone through a lot, or many men too, through the pandemic, loss of job and everything. What is the tragedy trying to tell you? What is still living? What is still working right now that you can bring from doom to glow? And Gina can help you. So tell us a little bit about your book. I love it. I remember when you sent it to me as a gift, and oh my God, your recipe, everything of that. One of my goals when all of these, when we're able to travel more freely and everything, will be to invest when you open again your retreats or something, just to invest time with you, to eat like you, to do Pilates as you direct and everything, because I want that a little bit more glow, obviously, all the time in my